Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'll be talking about my first Brazilian wax experience. Now I got my first wax June 24th, so that was about 2 to 3 weeks ago from today. I got my wax before I was going on vacation, so I left the day after I got my wax. And getting a Brazilian wax is always something I've always wanted to get, but I've just kind of been nervous because of the stories I've heard, like, oh, it hurts too much, this and that, this and that. So I always knew that I was going to end up getting one day. I just didn't know when. So I was like, okay, why not get one if I'm going on vacation? So that's what I did. I made my appointment maybe a week before my actual appointment, or that's when I scheduled it. And so I went to this place called European Wax Center. There's several European wax centers I know across the US. So if you don't know, first Brazilian wax, you basically get it half off. So I think now the prices have changed, but the Brazilian wax is like 50 something now, and I only paid $27 and some change, I think, for my first wax. Or no, just probably 27. But yeah, I paid $27 for my first wax. So that's something to know if you haven't gotten your first wax and you have a European wax center near you. Yeah, I really like how I only had to pay $27 my first wax. The day of my wax, I was kind of nervous, I guess, because it was the day of. And on my way there, I actually smoked. I do not recommend you to smoke if you're getting your first wax, especially if you get very nervous and kind of paranoid when you're high. I do not recommend that. But me personally, I was fine. I feel like I kind of did get a bit nervous, especially because I was high and I was more aware of like what was going on. But it wasn't too bad. I mean, if you think getting high before your wax is gonna make it hurt less, you're definitely wrong, because it's still gonna hurt like a bitch. So yeah, being high will not relax it at all. I actually think I took a Advil as well before my appointment. I don't think that really helped that much either. I mean, you're still gonna feel pain, especially if it's your first one. So yeah, that's what I did. I went in the place and 2 girls at the front desk helped me out, blah blah blah. I was waiting for my wax lady to come get me, and she got me. So I went to the room. She had me undress and stuff, or undress my lower half, and I thought that she was gonna leave the room, but she stayed in there. But I didn't think too much of it because she's gonna be all up in my coochie anyway, so it don't even matter. Yeah, I undressed, and she also let me know that there's a bathroom down the hall if I needed to use the bathroom before she waxed me. Now, since my appointment was in the morning, I made sure I took a shower, especially since I knew I was about to get a wax. I would have taken a shower beforehand anyway. So I feel like if you're getting your first wax and maybe you can't go home before your wax, like you can't take a shower before you go get a Brazilian wax, make sure you have like some feminine wipes or some type of wipes with you, so where you could clean yourself and make sure you're fresh before having somebody all up in your coochie. Because me personally, I do not want, like, I would not feel comfortable having somebody all up in my private area knowing I'm not fresh, like I'm not clean, I haven't even attempted to do anything. Like, I just walk up in a place right out of bed, like, boom, here you go, wax me. No, that's disgusting. So yeah, make sure you're fresh before you go in, because nobody wants to smell any smells, stenches, and just know, especially as a female, you got to take care of yourself. So I showered beforehand. She told me about the bathroom, but of course I didn't have to use it since I just left home. So she instructed me to lay on the table, the little bed, and lay with my legs butterfly. So I was laying down, and then my legs were just kind of spread out like this. So that's what I did. And she basically, I loved how she was telling me everything she was doing, what she was putting on me. Yeah, when she put the wax on me, she started at the top, and I thought that she was gonna put some wax on, let it cool some, then rip it off. But no, she was putting wax on like in different strips. She was still talking to me the whole entire time. And when she was talking to me, she was basically talking about subjects that would keep my mind off of what was really going on. So she was asking me about myself, like if I'm in school, blah, blah, blah. She was telling me about herself. She was really, really nice, so I liked that. And she also gave me a paper towel, and the paper towel was basically for my hands, because my hands, your hands would probably get a little sweaty, and my hands definitely did. So the paper towel helped for that. And she also said if like it was hurting when she pulled it off, I had the paper towel to like ball up in my hand. So clever, you know, that's very clever. But I had the paper towel in my hand. So yeah, I felt like the first 2-3 of them, the first pulls, rips of the wax she did were the worst for me. I personally have a high pain tolerance, so I knew it was gonna hurt, but I handled the whole situation like a champ. And I honestly feel like anyone that does a Brazilian wax, they'll be fine. I mean, it's more so on, okay, you gotta go through this pain to look beautiful down there, so it's gonna be worth it anyway. Continue waxing the lips everywhere. She was getting all in there. She kept telling me she's gonna get all in there, so that's something else. If you're thinking about getting a Brazilian wax, you have to be comfortable of the thought of having somebody down there. You have to be comfortable in your body, at least somewhat, because those people, they've seen all types of vaginas, they've seen everything. I mean, we're all women at the end of the day, and if you want to be bald, you're just gonna have to deal with that. So yeah, I honestly didn't care, and I knew what she was gonna be doing anyway, so nothing was really a surprise to me. So yeah, she was waxing me, and since I got Brazilian, she was doing my butt crack as well. So I thought she was gonna have me maybe turn to the side and like lift my cheeks up or spread them apart, but she just had me, I was still laying on my back, and I lifted my legs up, like I just lifted them up like kind of to my head a little bit. She just put some wax in the crack, in a strip. The wax felt very good, by the way, but she just put it in the crack and then ripped it off, and that was that. She also told me about the different products they have and what they do and stuff. So yeah, I only paid $27 for my wax. Everything, she didn't do it fast. Like, I like how she was not rushing at all. Like, she was kind of moving fast, but she was not rushing. So I really like that, because I would hate for her to be rushing and, you know, there's hella hair left on me. Now, there was some hair left on me even after she went in with the tweezers. I guess just stubborn hairs, but I wasn't really pressing the issue. You couldn't really see them like that. And I was gonna go home to try to like tweeze them out myself, but I just said forget it, because honestly you cannot see nothing. Like, it's something for me to see, like it's something I could see, but if someone else was to look there, they would not be able to see them. So I just left it alone. It's whatever. So yeah, before you get your wax, you should make sure your hair is long enough. Now, you do not want to walk in there with like a whole entire bush, but I've read that they suggest your hair to be like about the size of a grain of rice at least, so the wax will have something to grab onto. Because if you just go in there with no hair at all, with like very, you know, nothing really to wax, then you're still gonna have a lot of hair left. So yeah, your hair needs to be long enough, but then again, it shouldn't be way too long, like a grain of rice. You should also invest in an exfoliator, like a sugar scrub. to help get rid of ingrowns, to help exfoliate down there. I have an exfoliator I bought from Target. So yeah, I've really been liking that. Like I said, I've had my wax for about 2 to 3 weeks now, and I'm still like, I have some hair growing, but it's still very, very smooth down there. And it's like, once you switch from shaving to waxing, you cannot go back, because you'll mess everything up. The whole process will have to start all over if you try to go from shaving to waxing to shaving back to waxing. So yeah, I think I'm completely done with the razors on my down low area. I really like how I'm still bald. Like, if I would have shaved, there would be way more hair down there than there is now. So I really appreciate that. And getting a wax honestly made me feel like a woman. Like, wow, I can wear bikinis every single day for a week if I want. I could walk outside with some panties on. Like, I just felt like I was a woman. Like, I'm bald. Like, I don't gotta try to hide nothing. Like, my hair didn't grow within one day. Like, I just felt very comfortable and very much more confident in that area from my wax. So I think if you're thinking about getting a wax, you definitely should, because it'll definitely make you feel good. Very smooth. Your hair grows back slower, of course. As women, we know how it is when hair grows back super quick after you just shave. Like, that's the most irritating thing ever. Also, make sure you're taking care of yourself down there, especially after you just gotten shaved, and you're not supposed to have sex for the first, I don't know how many hours. I mean, I didn't care because it had nothing to do with me anyway. I was not participating in no activities. I just got a wax for myself. But I read that you're not supposed to really have sex for a certain amount of hours. Yeah, I think if you're going to get a wax, you should definitely go do it, especially at European Waxing. Your first wax is $27. Make sure you're clean, fresh before you go. Make sure you're confident. Make sure this is something that you want to do, because yes, it hurts a little bit, but at the end, it'll all be worth it. You'll be smooth. You'll be feeling like you could do cartwheels all around the world. Like, you'll just be feeling amazing. So if this is something you're thinking about doing, why are you waiting? Go get your wax. The razors, shaving from my vagina, that's over with. This video helped you guys a little bit. Don't forget to subscribe. Keep up with me on social media, of course. Hope it was helpful. That's it.